Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different.
This is very interesting.
Yes. Unlike the flu,
You mean like rabies?
there's a lot we're not seeing.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity.
What on earth do you mean?
Why you, my dear boy?
But the risk of...
I know, but you...
We'll discuss...
No, thank you.
Yes?
I'm afraid
My sister.
she's to be...
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
What do you want? Somebody help! What do you want? Somebody help!
Are you all right, miss? They've lost their mind.
You seem to know a lot.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Xiaoxun.
Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later.
Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come.
Let your pain run free.
She had been scouring.
Jonathan, don't. Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully.
How can I?
Don't you see? You're doing the work.
And so this is what...
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, other...
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Here she goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Not a safe place right now, sir.
Best be your phone.
Step step away, sir. Stop, Vampyr! There's one of the power of the Lord commands you. Stay back!
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes.
Jonathan!
Forgive me.
I'm always...
What do you...
What more?
He was bigger than a man. Huge.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most
I have experienced...
Now that's quite a...
Is this a...
I don't have...
Aren't you?
Very little.
Have you embraced this woman?
Her name was...
Is there...
Yes.
Temptation?
Over the...
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon. This is Braille. I need someone who can read this. Are you all right?
My name is Xiao Shun.
I do apologize.
Yes, I am.
Are you on your own?
I have...
I've seen...
Thank you.
Tell me how your husband died.
Matthew died.
At this time,
The worst...
did he hide his...
Matthew was...
The Spanish flu,
You don't understand.
as harsh as this
I
sounds...
never...
Are you a doctor yourself?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone.
I'm a physician.
Why tell me?
No,
May I ask what...
you could say she was all...
Thank you for
You realize...
Why?
You're right.
You sound...
Let's just...
Please,
You should go home now.
I think you're right.
Thank you for your...
Maybe I'll see...
Have you recent news?
This part of...
Goodbye for now.
Matthew. The world has gone completely mad.
Brannigan.
Good evening.
What can you...
That me...
And did you see...
No,
Where is Miss...
I don't...
Did you see...
I...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
The work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catcher.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed?
And what do you define as a stranger?
My name is...
A vampire hunt?
I know what you're...
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm...
A man of science.
What can you tell?
Did you hear about what...
It's
But it's my duty.
So,
I patrol later.
can I help?
Actually, yes.
Are you asking,
If you wouldn't...
how do you identify?
It's simple, really.
Have you ever...
Of course I...
What can you tell?
Did you...
It's...
But it's my...
Have you heard of...
Of course.
Were you ever...
I did.
So you hunt...
Vampire.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
The sad saint.
Really?
It's nothing per...
I could make...
All I will
Maybe at least...
tell you what.
Goodbye. And... Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you reckon?
Don't take it, Pert.
Yes.
I'm Dyson.
What do you do? Why do you...
Maybe.
You sound...
That's because
Don't you...
I'd love...
Is there...
I'd it.
Why...
Sinister.
No...
Let me...
All right.
If you...
What kind?
It was...
You lost... I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is there any...
How dare you?
No reason...
Let me tell you.
Another time. Is there...
How dare...
Surely...
Sure.
Sounds like...
No.
Do you really...
No.
I want to know more about your...
I'm still an addict.
Do you still...
No.
Do you... I'm looking...
I really...
Who could...
About this.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney. Evening, miss.
Well, I know.
I'm much more...
Welcome back.
What can you...
People don't...
You look...
This is a bad...
If you're
I
on...
got...
This place...
We get picked.
So this...
Yeah.
You're...
Yeah.
Excuse...
Some inbox.
I'm sorry.
Nosy.
Believe...
If that...
Sabrina, tell me about your truth.
I love Tom. Not ashamed.
Who's
I
mom?
mean, we're all...
Does Tom...
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further.
Miss Cavan.
You better ask.
Why not up?
We respect...
Goodbye, Miss Cavan.
Times like these, a good drink's just as
You
likely
still
to
working
cause
at this
a problem
hour?
as to solve one.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening.
You remember?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'm...
What can you...
That's not...
Who? How is it?
Well, since...
I see.
Some...
You're some...
I'm only...
Since... How could a...
I have...
Doctors aren't...
Oh, thank...
Why does your waitress feel in danger?
It's part of town.
Do you think she...
Of course I...
Sabrina seems very...
I like her too. I really do.
What is bothering?
Sabrina is an angry one.
Tom,
I heard this...
I believe...
Oh, but...
Please.
Well, I don't...
The important thing... Where is it?
It's in...
Goodbye, Mr. Watt.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Good evening.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney. Good evening, Miss...
What?
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual.
Take this, then.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to...
Goodbye.
With the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think? Freaking vampire do.
I can't say, but whatever did this carefully avoided the arteries. We've found ourselves a bloody artist.
Seems like the guard at Whelan is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
Eat this!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No.
That's quite judgmental.
Sir,
May I ask?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you...
As I told you.
Oh.
Why so?
Course I...
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what. Just...
If you have...
Oh.
You don't... You're right.
I re...
What can you tell me?
Tell you...
You speak...
You better.
You
Those...
Isn't
a few...
what really happened?
I drank...
I'm looking for...
What is it you want?
Well, I'll leave you for now.
You again? What?
Well, I'll leave... Good evening, miss.
A fan...
And what about...
You want...
Is it not...
As long as...
Are you home?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is...
What can...
It's just...
What can...
It may be...
You really...
No.
Which...
Well...
Well, I...
Glad to...
I'm looking for...
Mr. Hampton...
He was a patient...
I see.
Goodbye, Miss Pack.
Glad to see you.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
This Seymour worries me. Perhaps Sean knows something about him.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that...
This is a blessing.
Since you left...
Ask what you will.
Aren't you a...
We are blessed.
Do you think that...
If that is...
But you must...
No, not your...
Why return...
This is my home.
Wonders not...
And what of...
And what of...
Alas.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course, but...
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I will not look kindly on you if you're trying to trick me.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment. We shall have a good chat later, Dr. Reed. We'll have a talk when you've returned from the sewers, Dr. Reed.
Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Solid. Means someone's serious about keeping people out.
It's locked, all right. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level. The gate should shut properly now. That doesn't work.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! Power you cannot comprehend! Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name! From the bands of the hand that crushes all! down, stay down. I shall crush you.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he...
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Virgil is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves, if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing?
He wasn't an Ekon or a Skal.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Priwan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Skars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? Your place is not here.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't.
Have you tried?
People hate.
Does the pet...
It is not.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see...
Do you take...
Nobody...
Why did you come?
And why not? This is where...
Will you
Rigid...
So you desire...
Yes, I'm with my hope.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered...
He used to be my land.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged.
I don't lie. I saw him near...
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows. They heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick. Deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me. And now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest. No more questions, Dr. Reed.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you...
Live!
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame.
Why don't...
We are the...
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have...
Skulls have been hiding.
Where did you hide?
We claimed
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Sean Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
The vampire hunters will never find us here.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the scars, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all.
What will be the result if you can...
For the last decade.
You're forgetting the epidemic.
Oh, these...
You've turned...
We are all...
Does this place...
This warehouse...
The door's
not at all.
So you have...
As long as...
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Scals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful...
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel. those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street." That's near Poplars.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be...
Did you see what happened?
Actually, yes.
Why is it...
You didn't...
Who?
Who?
Goodbye.
This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Back home, idiot!
Get them weapons ready! We found one!
He's mine! I'll take it! Step back!
See that this was the top!
I'll take it!
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. Only a golden watch in her pockets.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered. Still sense a presence.
God help! Please help me!
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Abomination! Ah! 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 Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Come to me, Jonathan. You've killed me, brother! You've spared the precious nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. Kiss me again, sweet brother. You left me to rot in this grave. You live like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton! Assassin! Rest in peace, monster!
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire. Born anew into an age of death and pestilence, while plotting fashions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.